No-code software has taken the world by a storm, and right now it's allowing non-technical entrepreneurs to break into the SaaS industry. So you have teachers, personal trainers, cooks, or really anyone with an idea for how to do something or make something, and to translate that now into the technical world. This is now something that they can do, and not only has it lowered the barrier to entry into app development, but it's also dramatically sped up production time and reduce cost. So because of this, people now think no-code will become a way more significant part of how we develop really anything. In fact, Gartner predicts no-code and low-code will be responsible for over 70%, so a significant majority of app development by 2025. So as this is becoming a bigger part of the M&A space, one question that's starting to come up is, how do I sell my no-code software business? So in this video, we'll outline the various steps that you need to take in order to set up your no-code business for a successful sale. But first, let's talk about what is a no-code or low-code software. So no-code software refers to apps and websites that have been built and maintained without the creator having to type even a single line of code. And this is done via no-code development platforms like Bubble that use visual drag and drop elements to help users build functional apps. So as somebody interested in getting into this market, the first question understandably is there a market for no-code businesses? Just from looking at the SaaS businesses on our marketplace, you can see that there is a ton of money to be made by buying and selling SaaS businesses. Whether no-code or not, SaaS businesses sell for very high multiples, and we've seen buyers going after no-code and low-code software on our marketplace, with a recent seller walking away with over $1.3 million all cash exit after listing their low-code business on our marketplace. And from an entrepreneur's perspective, somebody who might want to exit their business, not only can anyone build no-code applications, but they can also give you the upper hand over other SaaS sellers. So usually people who buy smaller SaaS businesses, they either have to have technical knowledge or be willing to hire someone who does have that knowledge. But your no-code software can be marketed to a much wider pool since the buyers don't need to have technical knowledge. Now, if you currently have a no-code SaaS business or you plan to build one, here are the steps to setting it up for a successful exit. First is determining the value of your business. Before you can sell your software, you'll need to determine how much it's worth. We'll usually apply the following valuation formula, which is 6 to 12 months of your average net profit, which is SDE or EBITDA, times the valuation multiple. And this is typically going to be between 20 to 60x, although we've seen SaaS businesses valued at much higher than this. Now, to give you some control over your future multiple, here are some of the factors that we take into consideration when assigning your multiple. These factors include business age, the growth rate, traffic diversity, your social media followers, your email list subscribers, level of owner involvement, your customer churn rate, your lifetime value, your customer acquisition cost, and your monthly recurring revenue. So that's how we would estimate this, but if you want to get an estimate about where your valuation is now, you can use our free valuation tool, or you can schedule a call with one of our business analysts to receive a personalized valuation, and I'll leave the links below for that. So now that you've valued your business, next is preparing it for a sale. So in an ideal world, you should prepare an exit strategy long before you decide to sell your business. Doing this will ensure that you have the bandwidth to focus on the sale instead of worrying about all the menial tasks and paperwork at the time that you decide to sell. Here are a few things you should aim to do before selling your business. First is make sure you have an organized list of your business's finances by preparing a profit and loss or a P&L statement. This outlines your monthly net profit and expenses to clearly show your business's performance and trajectory. You should also prepare SaaS-specific metrics such as your monthly recurring revenue, your customer churn rate, your customer acquisition cost, your customer lifetime value, and the average revenue per user. You should also install Google Analytics or Clicky to show where your traffic is coming from. This will help buyers to identify unexplored or underutilized growth opportunities when they're evaluating your business. Next is creating SOPs to document your processes. So standard operating procedures, or SOPs, are documents that provide detailed breakdowns on how to complete the essential tasks needed to maintain your business. So once you're happy with your valuation and you've cleaned up your operations and your paperwork, now it's time to find a buyer for your business. So many SaaS founders, they dream of selling their software to big players like Google, Facebook, or HubSpot, but in most cases, if a large company is interested in your software, they're gonna approach you with an offer, not the other way around. Instead of personally tracking down potential buyers through a private sale, an alternative is to let vetted buyers come to you. So the benefit of selling through a full service brokerage like Empire Flippers is that you gain access to a large pool of qualified buyers. So each new business listed on our marketplace is advertised to our email list of over 250,000 high net worth individuals who are actively looking for online businesses. You'll also gain access to our expert sales advisors who will guide you through the sales process, and they'll be actually able to help negotiate with you. Which brings me to my next point, which is about dealing with buyers through negotiations and due diligence. So due diligence is essentially the process of researching a business to ensure that all the data has been presented to the buyer and that it's accurate and that it suits the buyer's needs. And this is where those financial documents, the performance metrics, and the traffic analytics you prepared earlier will come in handy. If you're doing this privately, this phase of the sales process can attract a lot of people, even people who want to get essentially business ideas for themselves. As a private seller, the best way to protect yourself from this is to verify buyers by asking for proof of identity and for proof of funds before allowing them to access your business information. You can also ask interested buyers to sign a non-disclosure agreement or an NDA or a non-compete agreement, and that tends to filter out those who aren't really serious about buying a business. So once you've found an interested buyer or buyers, next is negotiating the terms of the sale. As tough as it may be, you need to leave your emotions at the door for this when negotiating with buyers. The best way to avoid making emotional decisions is to have a clear idea of what you are and what you are not willing to compromise on in this deal. Keep in mind that the faster you want to sell your business, the more flexible you'll need to be during negotiations. So make a decision ahead of time about the lowest price that you're willing to negotiate down to so that you don't fall prey to lowball offers. So the sale has now closed, you've agreed to the terms. Next is transferring your business to the buyer. Even if you've legally signed ownership of your business over to the buyer, the business isn't truly theirs until you've transferred the various assets into their control. Now, this can be a tricky process, and it's vital that you read the terms and conditions for each service, each platform, and product that you use within your SaaS business to ensure that your assets are handed over without issues. Our migration specialists and advisors, they're experts at what they do, so your assets will be transferred over to the new owner accurately and efficiently and within the terms of service of each platform. So as you can probably see from this, there are lots of moving parts from the sale process, but that doesn't mean that selling your no-code software needs to be a stressful or overly complex experience. We have teams of experts that are ready to jump in and guide you through each phase of your exit. All you have to do is register an account on our site if you want to sell through us and submit your business for sale. And if you're watching this and you don't own a SaaS business, but you're considering whether or not getting into SaaS businesses is right for you, you can check out this video, which provides an overview of SaaS businesses, how they operate, and who might like them. So that's all for now. Thanks for listening, and see you in the next one.